إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين ونستغفره. نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، فإن كل محدثات بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار، وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. Greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series concerning the unseen world. In this subject, under this course, we're discussing things which we could not see with our own naked eye, but they exist, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had informed us about it in his book, as well as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is incumbent upon every Muslim, he or she, to believe in it, even if they did not or they could not see it. I give example by the angels, as example by the Shayateen, the punishment of the graveyard, anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had told us about it, and we could not see it with our eyes, but we have to believe in it. Disbelieving in it or doubting it, it can be very dangerous. It will spoil all your good deed. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. So Allah says that this book, which is no doubt in it, guidance for the believers, the pious one, those who God-fearing. And the first characteristic of those people, those who believe in the unseen. If you don't believe in the unseen, so the next verse is not going to help you when it say الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. So it is very important that we emphasize this point every time. Believing in the unseen is a must. Muslims who doubting or rejecting it, it could not be a Muslim. His salah, his zakah, his fasting is not acceptable. So it is very important. And we discussing for the last 2 months now, 12 segments that we're discussing about Iblis, the Shaitan. And we know how Iblis was rebellious and was disbeliever in Allah. Although he believes that Allah exists, okay? He believes that Allah exists, and he knows about Jannah, he knows about hellfire. But the kibriya, the arrogance and disobedience to Allah and challenging Allah, refusing a direct order from Allah, caused him to be Iblis. That means he has no hope in Allah's mercy, and him and his generation from the jinn, from the shayateen, all right? And among them some who are Muslims and some who are kafir. But basically, the bad things happen with the kafir ones, all right? So some of the jinn, they Muslims, okay? And they heard the da'wah of the Prophet ﷺ and convey the message, all right? But the shayateen, the disbelieving ones among them, that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuge in him against them, like before you go to your bathroom and you say Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith. So that means you believe, okay, what the Prophet told you about it. And there is male and female among them, all right? They are they have offspring and they have families and they multiply their numbers, okay? And we spoke about that some people say how Shaitan been created from fire and he will go to hellfire. So what's this going to do to him? Yeah. Same thing, we've been created from a clay, all right, from dirt. But look, if somebody take a hard clay from the ground and hit you with it, you can bleed and you can cry, all right? So, but our originality is from dirt. The originality of Iblis is from fire. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He can make fire, punish fire, and Allah can make you understand anything that He wants. So your logic is not to become and to make your own common sense and say this it doesn't make any sense to me. Because this one of the tricks of the shaitan. Some people you understand now when they go overseas, not overseas, they come from overseas and to go Germany, go America, go Russia and study there and now became PhD degree. Now they think that they know everything and the next thing they coming back doubting things, you understand, say, where is this a shaitan? Show me, okay? And how shaitan can be created from fire and he will go to hellfire, okay? Yeah, because Iman bil ghaib, believing in the unseen, one of your condition. If Allah said in His book, you have to believe it. If the Prophet ﷺ said it and the hadith is authentic, you have to believe it. Otherwise, you're going to spoil your salah. Your salah doesn't make you Muslims, okay? What makes you Muslims is to believe. First to believe. You put the horse before the cart. The horse before the cart. So you have to believe first and tu'minu billah wa malaikati wa kutubi. Say, yeah, I believe in the angels, but I don't believe in the shaitan. So, did you ever see the angels? I didn't see it. Did you ever see it? I'm not talking about your wife. Some people, they call their wife angels, okay? No, I'm talking about real angels. Any one of you see an angel, okay? How the Sahaba believes that Jibreel came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Prophet sitting with them, they did not see anything. So believing in the unseen is something very important. Again, today was our segment for today, number 13. We're going to talk about part of the animosity of the shaitan and the helpers of the shaitan and the soldiers of the shaitan. And the shaitan have two types of soldiers, serving him, helping him, assisting him, carrying his plan. Some of them mankind, like me and you. And some of them are shayateen. Okay? So he do his best to understand if he can get some people from them or from other than them to spy for him, to carry his plan, okay, to bring about animosity and hatred. And I hope that you still remember what we talked about yesterday. The hadith, the Prophet ﷺ telling us that Iblis, he put his throne on the water. So Iblis, he made a throne for himself, tried to imitate Allah. And he put his throne on the ocean. And the troops, his soldiers, they come to report to him every day. He say, I did this and that, mislead him or her until they commit adultery. He say, you nothing. The next one, he said, okay, I did this and that and I made him steal. He said he did nothing. Until one of the shayateen come and said to Iblis, what? I brought about animosity between him and his wife. And they kept argue until he divorced her. So now Iblis will say, what? You are the one. You number one. You're the one who did the great job. Okay? Breaking the family is something very, very important for Iblis and greater, you understand, than anything else to Iblis. Who help him, you understand, the shayateen. So this we have to be careful that you understand when we're dealing with our spouse, not to break the family. You know, breaking the family, you know what's going to happen. Children, you understand, going to be in the streets and people smoking marijuana and going to jail, and the woman go outside, and even Allah knows best what she's doing. So breaking the family is something very, and this have to teach us that we have to be more patient with our spouses. Not for everything, you understand, okay, I don't want to understand to be there anymore. Give me my khul'. Okay, I want a divorce. I could not take it anymore. All these things, okay? So, Shaitan has two parts of soldiers. Some soldiers from his own nation, from his own nature, okay? And some they are from the human being, like the kuffar, okay? The sinners, the people who do the haram, the people who sell the haram, the people who put doubt in people's mind. Human being. He came now from wherever he was studying. Now he think he knows everything. Now he make you doubt in Allah. Say, brother, this you people too backwards. You keep down bouncing up and down, praying and whatever it is. Look to all this other people. They invading, they went in the space and they have the shuttles, and you people is still here making prostration and making all these things. Wake up, putting doubt in your mind. Okay? So there is two parts of assistance to the shayateen or to Iblis. Some from their own nature, which are kuffar, and some from the disobedient ones among the Muslims or among the non-Muslims. From where we got this information, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, وَاسْتَفْزِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بِصَوْتِكَ وَاجْلِبْ عَلَيْهِمْ بِخَيْلِكَ وَرَجْلِكَ. Okay? So the shaitan in this surah al-Isra, okay? Surah 17, verse number 64, Allah say, and provoke those people who you can among them with your voice, and attack them with your horses and your army. So he have troops, he have soldiers, he have rides, okay? And the shaitan has a sound. أمزمار الشيطان في بيت رسول الله. When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh came, entered the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and sees this little girl playing the duf, and say, أمزمور الشيطان في بيت رسول الله, sound of the devil in the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after this, people say, okay, there's nothing wrong to listen to music. Where is this in haram? Where it says haram? Okay? He beguiles the people, attracting people with all this music instruments and all this singing and all theaters and all this mixing and women going naked and the beach and all this stuff. Allah say, Provoke them. Go ahead. Let those who want to hear you, you and them will be in hellfire. And attack them with your horses and those armies that walking. So he have troops, soldiers on back and some walking. And all this to what? To put, put doubt in our mind about this deen. And another surah, Surah Maryam, verse number 82, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us, ألم تر أنا أرسلنا الشياطين على الكافرين تؤزهم أزا. That the shayateen go to the non-Muslims and provoke them. All right? So they're using other people to attack you. In actuality, each one of us, he has a shaitan. This shaitan doesn't leave you. It will be like your shadow from the moment that you born until you die. Even in the time of death, he will try to make you renounce the Tawheed. Hadith Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, collection of Imam Muslim. She said, خرج رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من عندي ليلا فغرت عليه فجاء فرأى ما أصنع فقال ما لك يا عائشة أغرتي؟ قلت وما لي لا يغار مثلي على مثلك فقال أقد جاءك شيطانك؟ قلت يا رسول الله أو معي شيطان؟ قال نعم. قلت ومع كل إنسان شيطان؟ قال نعم. قلت ومعك يا رسول الله؟ قال نعم ولكن ربي أعانني عليه حتى أسلم. One day the Prophet ﷺ left at night and Aisha could not take it. She became so jealous. She assumed that the Prophet ﷺ went to one of her co-wives and she was so mad. When the Prophet ﷺ came, he said to her, what's wrong? He was jealous and say, how could not be jealous? Someone like me have to be jealous for somebody like you. You is the Prophet of Allah and you is my husband. Of course, yes. He said, did your shaitan come to you? Okay. Did your companion from the shaitan came to you? He said, oh, do I have a company with me from the shaitan? He said, yes. He said, every human being have a shaitan? He said, yes. He said, even you, O Prophet of Allah? He said, even me. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the power over him, so he submit. He doesn't order me with something evil or bad. So from this hadith, we understand that everybody have a companion. And you have a companion from the angels, and you have a companion from the shayateen. All right? As the Prophet ﷺ said in the other hadith, which narrated also in the collection of Imam Muslim, ما منكم من أحد إلا وكل به قرين من الجن وقرينه من الملائكة. None of you unless he have a qareen. Qareen, that's something that always with you. Sleep with you, eat with you, walk with you, you get out, everything. This is called qareen. That like your shadow, it is like your shadow. Wherever you go, your shadow is behind you. Okay? So everybody have Everybody has this from the angels and from the shayateen. Okay? ما منكم من أحد إلا وقد وكل به قرين من الجن ومن الملائكة. None of you, everybody, have a companion, a shaitan, and have an angel. قالوا, even you, O Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, even me. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the power over him. So he doesn't order me with anything bad. All right? So you have to understand now that this is something that Allah had decreed. But Allah also had give us the way and the means how we can defeat the shaitan or discourage the shaitan, minimize his ideas, his whispers, okay? Everybody. The only person that has a peace between him and his shaitan is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So as a result of this, he could not whisper and let the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam do something different that displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Al-Zukhruf, Surah number 43, verse number 36, Allah is telling us, وَمَنْ يَعْشُ عَنْ ذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ نُقَيِّضْ لَهُ شَيْطَانًا فَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ. And whosoever turn away from the remembrance of Allah, okay, we will make a shaitan with him at all time. So now we're going to determine if we want to just shaitan to be 24/7 with us or to minimize, okay? Like you have a bodyguard, work when only you step out of your house and he driving behind you, and when you go to the meeting, and after this his job is over, and after this comes back at 6 o'clock, pick you up, take you to your house. And some people, they have even the bodyguards inside their palace or the White House or wherever it is you call it, okay? So now, if you turn, the more you turning away from Allah and the order of Allah and disobedience to Allah, so the more that shaitan have authority over you and spend more time and have more authority over you. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Fussilat, verse number 25, وَقَيَّدْنَا لَهُمْ قُرَانَاءَ فَزَيَّنُوا لَهُمْ مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمَا خَلْفَهُم. As a result of their bad deed, that we set up a companion for them, and those companions did what? They decorate for them, made things look nice to them, what they want to do, what they thinking, what they planning. Because the shaitan is not going to put handcuffs in your hand and drag you and tell you, do this haram. But he's going to give you a reason and how it is, you understand, it can be. And after this, you understand, you'll be okay. Nobody will see you, nobody will tell about you, okay? So that it is to decorate, to make things, beautify things for you. So from this we understand that there is two troops, two type of army for the shaitan, one from a human being and one from what? From the devils themselves. Nevertheless, you never take the shaitan as a friend or a companion. All what he have to do to destroy you, he will start with the beginning. If he can get you out of Islam to kufr, he will. If he could not, now he will make you fall into major sins. If he could not, now he can to get you to the minor things. So he will take you, understand, try to chop your head off first. Okay? Electrocute, make you die. That means your heart, your brain. You are not a Muslim anymore. But if he fail, he will go for something else. Okay, I could not make him kafir, but I let him understand, commit shirk. He say, Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad, Ya Allah, Ya Ali. Okay? He calling on others than Allah. All right? So he could not get you into shirk. Now he tell you about stealing, robbing, committing adultery, fornication, dealing with riba, usury. I am in America. Riba is okay because those people are kuffar. We dealing with kuffar. It's okay to deal with usury. He will give you some analysis and some ideas and decorate it for you. He could not, okay, make you lazy, sleep a lot, don't make sunnahs, okay, things like that. So he never ever going to be your friend. And if he smile at you for a moment, he smile for a reason, want to drag you into something wrong. Never, never. And Allah told us, إن الشيطان لكم عدو فاتخذوه عدوا. Indeed, the shaitan an open enemy for you. Never take him a friend or a companion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us in Surah Al-Kahf, Surah 18, verse number 50. أفتتخذونه وذريته أولياء من دوني وهم لكم عدو بئس للظالمين بدلا. Say, how come you taking the shaitan or Iblis and his offspring as a friend instead of me, and in actuality they are your enemy? Bad exchange that you're doing. Allah said, be my wali, be my friend, be with me. How you take Iblis and the generation of Iblis and Shayateen to be a friend? You made the wrong change. You came in the wrong track. He said, بِئْسَ لِلظَّالِمِينَ بَدَلًا. That those wrongdoers, they have a bad exchange. And instead of being awliya and a friend of Allah, they became awliya of the shayateen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us also in Surah An-Nisa, Surah number 4, verse 119, وَمَنْ يَتَّخِذِ الشَّيْطَانَ وَلِيًّا مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ فَقَدْ خَسِرَ خُسْرَانًا مُبِينًا. Whosoever takes the shaitan and a friend instead of Allah, indeed he will be a big loser. Allah said about the kuffar, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَوْلِيَاؤُهُمُ الطَّاغُوتُ. Those who are disbelievers, their wali, their guardian, is what? Is the shaitan. They take them out of lights to the darkness. Those are the companion of hellfire. Allah told us in Surah Al-Kahf, Surah Fatir, Surah number 35, verse number 6. إنما يدعو حزبه ليكونوا من أصحاب السعير. Indeed, he invite and trick his people so they can be from the companions of hellfire. We see how the shaitan comes in a different approach and different ways. Remember, I told you before that he came to even the kuffar of Mecca in the time of the battle of Badr, and he came in a form of a human being. You remember the hadith of Abu Huraira when the man came and started to steal from the zakah, and he in a form of a human being. We talk about these things. I hope you didn't forget it. So in the day of battle, he came to the kuffar of Mecca in a form look like Suraka ibn Malik, chief of a tribe, and say, hey guys, you go fight Muhammad, and I'm going to bring my people, we're going to assist you, and. But when the battlefield took place, He ran away and he said, إني أرى ما لا ترون إني أخاف الله رب العالمين. I see what you don't see. So he gives them a false promising. And they thought that this man was the head of the tribe, but he was not. So never ever imagine that Shaitan will give you idea because he loves you or he like you or he care for you. He want to get you in Jahannam, in hellfire, or to take you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Inshallah, we continue later on in about the animosity, how that he always try to put tricks, okay? Because you have to remember that the day of judgment, he will say to what? إني كفرت بما أشركتموني من قبل. I am free from what you associated me as a partner beside Allah. Okay? You guys, you deal with your own battle now. I only trick you, play in you. Allah had promised you the truth, and I deceived you. Okay? So I could not help you. Now you see what you're going to do today. So let's always remember, never ever try to take the shaitan as a friend. You are not going to see the shaitan as a shaitan, but he whispering to you. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Okay? So قل أعوذ برب الفلق and قل أعوذ برب الناس. And we have many things to teach us how to protect ourselves from the whispering of the shaitan and the tricks of the shaitan. So we have to always to arm ourselves before it's too late. And if it happened to fall, get up and seek Allah's help, make tawbah, and start a new life and a new connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But do not, He's not going to let you go until your soul depart from your body. And he swear to Allah, he swear by Allah to Allah. He say, I never going to let them go. This generation of Adam, this man that you favor him over me, and you kick me out of paradise because you understand I refuse to prostrate for him. I never going to leave them until the moment of death, tricking them. Okay? So Allah told him, and I will continue forgive them as long as they come back to me. So it's a challenge. He made a challenge to Allah, and he is against us. Never ever think the shaitan will come to give you a gift. And if he give you a gift, is he tricking you? Exactly like a mice trap. Nobody like a mice. Nobody going to put a piece of a cheese for a mice for nothing. But when you giving this piece of a cheese, it's for the mice to smell the cheese, get inside the trap, to eat the cheese. As soon as you get in, boom, you're inside. Too late. Okay? They say, man, nobody knows about it. Go ahead, do it. Do it. Be a man. Shoot him. He cares you. Who told you your mother and your father and how they disrespect to your parents, man. Shoot him. Let him know that you. No. Okay? And after this, you're going to be sorry. Maybe you spend the rest of your life in jail. Okay? So never ever do your best to take him an enemy, because Allah said he's enemy for you. Continuing tomorrow, inshallah, same place, same time, same subject, with a new segment about the shaitan and his tricks, inshallah. Thank you for watching. If anybody have any comments or concern or correction, I don't mind to hear it. 1 minute, 59, 58 seconds left. If you have any comments, any correction, half minute is gone. 3/4 of the minute gone. Only 10 seconds left. Close. Good to go. All right. By the way, before I forget, today's Thursday. It's too late, but Monday incoming, inshallah. If you did not make the 60 days, if you didn't start. So you can get the great blessings. Whosoever fast Ramadan and follow it with 60 days of Shawwal, be rewarded as if he fasted the whole year. See you tomorrow, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. أستغفرك وأنا أتوب إليك. And Allah knows best.